Jack had never expected that a routine mission on a distant planet would turn into the strangest day of his life. He had been sent to survey the alien flora and fauna of Trivara 6, a planet known for its colorful bioluminescent forests and unpredictable weather. Jack loved his work. The thrill of discovery, the smell of strange alien plants, and the sound of unseen creatures moving in the shadows made his heart race. Yet today, something unusual would change everything he thought he knew about the galaxy. Jack was crouched near a cluster of glowing blue plants, taking samples and recording data in his tablet, when he heard a soft voice. It was high-pitched, lilting, and completely unexpected. He froze. No human should have been here, and according to his records, no alien species had developed speech in a way humans could understand, except this voice. "Hello?" it said again, as if expecting a reply. Jack scanned the area. The voice seemed to come from above the plants. Then he saw her, a tiny figure no taller than a human child, hovering a few inches above the ground. Her skin shimmered faintly in the blue light, and her large, round eyes were bright and intelligent. She had delicate wings that buzzed softly as she moved, and her small hands gestured toward him. Jack swallowed hard. I'm Jack. What are you?" he asked, unsure if he was dreaming. "I am Leary," the girl said, her voice calm but confident. "And we must make a baby." Jack blinked, certain he had misheard her. He adjusted his helmet and spoke slowly. "Make a baby?" "Yes," she said, tilting her head in curiosity. "Before the planet changes, we must create life. You are the one." Jack felt his heart race. This was impossible. "Wait, you mean you want me to—" He stopped. He could not finish the sentence. Humans had boundaries, but Leary's tone was not dangerous. It was innocent, almost childlike. Jack took a step back, keeping his voice calm. "I don't think I understand. You're tiny, and you're an alien. I can't—" Leary's eyes widened slightly, not in anger but in surprise. She floated closer and touched his hand with her tiny fingers. "You misunderstand. In my species, make a baby does not mean what you think. It is a life bond. A guardian must be chosen to preserve us. You will help protect my species, not that." Jack exhaled slowly, feeling relief wash over him. He had read about alien communication differences, but nothing prepared him for this. "A life bond?" he asked. "Yes," Leary said simply. "You are clever. You survive where others fail. You can help." Jack nodded, still cautious. "Okay, I think I understand, but why me? Why not someone from your species?" Leary's eyes darkened slightly. "Because my species is small now. Many of us are weak. The planet changes too fast. Only a being like you, human, can survive the dangers that threaten us. You have strength, courage, and knowledge. That is rare." Jack's mind raced. He had faced dangerous terrain before, but nothing like the shifting forests of Trivara 6. The plants here moved unpredictably. The wind could change from gentle to violent in minutes, and the soil sometimes opened into deep fissures. Survival required not only skill, but quick thinking. And now, a tiny alien girl was telling him he was their guardian. He shook his head. "This is insane. But okay, I'll help. How?" Leary smiled. Her small wings fluttered rapidly. "Follow me. There is much to show. The planet is changing. You must learn fast, or we will all perish." Jack adjusted his pack and followed. Leary led him through glowing fields, over translucent streams, and beneath towering plants that hummed faintly as though alive. The forest was beautiful, but strange. Colors shifted as they moved, and the air smelled faintly metallic, tinged with something sweet. You humans are different, Leary said suddenly. You see danger and think. You plan. We see danger and feel. We survive by instinct. Sometimes it is not enough. Jack nodded slowly. Humans are clever. We make tools. We adapt. And we protect those we care about. Leary's large eyes studied him. I can see that. That is why you were chosen. As they moved deeper into the forest, the ground trembled. Jack stumbled and caught himself on a glowing vine. Leary zipped to his side, tiny but strong. The planet shifts. Beware the fissures, she warned. Jack realized she had already memorized safe paths. Her species, though small, was remarkably aware of the terrain. They came upon a shallow canyon filled with mist. Strange creatures slithered beneath the surface, and Jack could see glowing eyes staring at him from the fog. Leary hovered close. These are the crawlers. They are dangerous to my kind. But you, she tilted her head, you can defend us. Jack's military training kicked in. He used his scanning device to detect the crawlers' positions and fashioned a quick diversion using nearby rocks. The crawlers hissed and recoiled, giving them time to pass. Leary clapped her tiny hands. You think like a human warrior. Clever. Jack smiled faintly. Thanks, I think. They pressed on until they reached a clearing. The center of the clearing was dominated by a large, crystalline tree that pulsed with light. Leary floated toward it, her eyes wide in awe. This is the heart tree. It keeps my people alive, but it is dying. We must protect it, or all is lost. Jack looked at the tree. Its light was dim, and small cracks ran across its crystal-like surface. What can we do? He asked. Leary touched the tree, and a series of holographic images appeared around them, showing her species struggling to survive. We must transfer life energy. My people can do it, but the energy is too strong for us alone. You must help focus it. Jack frowned. Life energy, Leary? I'm human. I don't know how to do that. Leary smiled gently. That is why you were chosen. You do not have powers. But your mind, your courage, your creativity, these are powers of the human. We need both. Jack hesitated, but something in Leary's gaze made him nod. He reached out his hands and placed them near the tree. A soft warmth flowed through him, almost like static electricity, but alive. He felt connected to the forest, to Leary, and to something larger than himself. Suddenly the ground shook violently. A toxic gas began rising from fissures in the ground. Leary's small form shivered. Quick! The bond must hold! We cannot breathe it! Jack grabbed a nearby large leaf and fashioned a makeshift mask. Leary floated above his shoulder, guiding him as he ran. The forest seemed alive, moving against them, but Jack's quick thinking and human adaptability kept them just ahead of danger. They reached a narrow ledge above a deep canyon. The gas rose behind them like a wall. Jack extended his hand to Leary. Hold on! Leary took it, her small fingers gripping his tightly. Together, she said. And in that moment, Jack realized the true meaning of her earlier words. This life bond was not just about survival, it was about trust, courage, and cooperation. Two beings from different worlds, relying on each other to survive. Jack and Leary made it to a safe plateau. They collapsed, gasping for breath. Jack looked at the tiny alien girl and smiled. You know, humans are good at surviving, but I think your species has some tricks too. Leary giggled. We survive by instinct. But humans, you survive by thinking. That is why we need both. That is why we chose you. Jack shook his head in disbelief. I still can't believe a tiny alien girl just suggested making a baby. Leary's large eyes sparkled. Words are different for my kind. Life, survival, protection, these are all one idea for us. You understand the idea now, yes? Jack nodded slowly. Yeah, I think I do. The plateau was quiet now. The gas had dissipated and the glowing plants around them seemed to breathe again, pulsing softly in the darkening light. Jack realized something important. Even in a universe full of strange creatures and unimaginable dangers, humans had something valuable to offer: courage, creativity, and empathy. He had survived situations others could not, and now he had the trust of an entire alien species. Leary floated beside him, small wings beating gently. "Tomorrow we continue. The heart tree needs more energy. You will help, yes?" Jack smiled. "Yes, we'll do it together, whatever it takes." Leary's eyes sparkled and she nodded. "Then the life bond begins. You are no longer just human. You are guardian, protector, friend." Jack looked out over the glowing forest, feeling both overwhelmed and exhilarated. He did not know what challenges awaited him next, but he knew one thing: he would face them with courage. Not for glory, not for reward, but because humans could rise to challenges that no one else could. And in the eyes of a tiny alien girl, that made him something extraordinary. As the night fell over the alien forest, Jack sat beside Leary. The stars above Trivara 6 twinkled in strange constellations, and the forest pulsed with life. Jack understood that this was just the beginning. The planet was alive, dangerous, and full of mysteries, but humans had a place here too. And somehow he realized even a tiny alien girl could teach a human more about survival, courage, and friendship than anyone ever could. The morning light on Trivara 6 brought a soft glow to the forest, illuminating the bioluminescent plants that still pulsed faintly from the night. Jack rubbed his eyes, feeling the soreness from yesterday's ordeal, but excitement and curiosity pushed him forward. He looked at Leary, who was already hovering near the heart tree, her tiny wings flickering with anticipation. "Good morning, Jack," she said, her voice calm yet filled with energy. "Today we continue. The heart tree needs more energy and the dangers will be greater." Jack swallowed, feeling a mixture of fear and determination. He had learned quickly that survival on this planet required more than physical skill. It required thinking ahead, observation, and adaptability. "I'm ready," he said firmly. "Let's do it." Leary led him to a shallow river, its waters glowing with tiny motes of light. "The river carries energy," she explained. "We must channel it to the heart tree, but it is guarded. Creatures live here and they do not welcome outsiders." Jack knelt at the edge of the river, observing the swirling currents. Strange, jellyfish-like creatures floated beneath the surface, their translucent bodies rippling as they sensed their presence. Jack studied them carefully, noting their movement patterns and reactions to light. "If I distract them here, you can pass," he said. Leary's eyes widened. "You understand immediately. Humans are clever." She floated ahead while Jack picked up several large, luminescent stones and tossed them in precise arcs. The creatures reacted, swerving away from the riverbank and leaving a narrow path open. Leary zipped through the space he had cleared. Once on the other side, Leary hovered near a small crystal formation. "This crystal can amplify the life energy from the river," she said. "But it is fragile. Be careful, Jack." Jack nodded. He carefully carried the crystal back to the heart tree. Each step required careful balance. The ground was uneven, and a single misstep could mean falling into a fissure or disturbing the dangerous creatures below. He reminded himself of human strengths: patience, observation, and problem-solving, and moved deliberately. By mid-morning, they reached the heart tree. Leary positioned the crystal at its base. "Now we begin the bond," she said. "You place your hands on the tree while I channel the energy. Together we will strengthen it." Jack hesitated briefly. The energy from the river flowed through Leary, and he could feel a strange warmth in the air. It pulsed faintly, like electricity, but alive. Jack placed his hands on the tree, feeling the energy spreading through him, tingling at first and then settling into a steady flow. Leary joined him, placing her tiny hands on the crystal. The energy from the river, from the heart tree, and from Jack and Leary combined into a soft, glowing light that spread through the clearing. Jack marveled at the sensation. It was unlike anything he had felt before, a mixture of warmth, power, and connection. Suddenly, a low rumble echoed through the forest. Jack looked up, spotting enormous shadowy creatures approaching. They moved on 6 legs, their bodies covered with hard shells, and their glowing eyes fixed on the heart tree. Leary gasped. "The Guardians! They protect the heart tree, but they do not know us. They may attack." Jack clenched his jaw. "Then we'll show them humans can think and fight too." He quickly gathered nearby branches and rocks, arranging them to create a barrier while keeping an open path for Leary. He glanced at the creatures. They were cautious, approaching slowly, but their intent was clear. Leary hovered nervously. "Jack, be careful." Jack smiled faintly. Always. He moved with precision, using his knowledge of tactics and the terrain to keep the creatures at bay. The Guardians tested the barrier, tapping it with sharp claws. Jack observed their movements, noticing a pattern in their attacks. Using quick logic, he adjusted the barricade, redirecting the creatures and keeping the heart tree safe. The creatures growled but did not attack directly. They sensed something different in Jack, something they could not understand. His actions were deliberate, thoughtful, and careful, unlike the instinct-driven reactions of the alien species. Slowly, the creatures withdrew, circling the clearing but no longer threatening. Leary's wings fluttered rapidly in relief. "You see," she said, "humans can protect where instinct fails. Your mind is strong." Jack nodded, though sweat ran down his face. "We make mistakes, we adapt, and we survive. That's what makes humans us." The bond continued. The energy flowing from the river into the crystal and then into the heart tree grew brighter and steadier. Jack and Leary worked together seamlessly. He noticed how her small fingers moved in patterns he could not yet understand, directing the energy like a conductor of an orchestra. Jack focused on maintaining balance and stability, ensuring that neither the energy nor the heart tree would be damaged. As hours passed, the bond strengthened. Jack felt a sense of connection, not only to Leary and the heart tree, but to the entire forest. He understood that humans had a unique ability to observe, to calculate, and to act with purpose in ways that others could not. He could see solutions where instinct alone would fail. That realization gave him confidence, and Leary noticed it too. By late afternoon, the heart tree glowed fully, its light strong and steady. Leary floated above it, small wings vibrating with excitement. "We did it," she said. "The heart tree is alive again. My people will survive. All thanks to you, Jack." Jack smiled but shook his head. "It wasn't just me. We did it together. And humans? Humans can do a lot when they have to." Leary's eyes shone. "That is why we chose you. We could not have survived without your mind, your courage, your adaptability. You are remarkable." The tiny alien girl's words made Jack feel both proud and humbled. He had faced impossible odds and survived, and in doing so, he had earned the trust of a species far beyond human comprehension. He realized that being human was not just about strength or tools. It was about thinking, feeling, and connecting with others in ways no instinct alone could achieve. Just as Jack was about to respond, the ground trembled again. Leary's wings fluttered rapidly. "A storm is coming. You must help us guide the younglings to safety." Jack nodded immediately. The forest was alive and danger was always near. Together, he and Leary moved through winding paths, leading small alien creatures hidden among the trees to a safe area near the heart tree. His tactical skills, combined with Leary's intimate knowledge of the terrain, allowed them to avoid collapsing ground, venomous plants, and predatory animals. By the time the storm arrived, the younglings were safe. Rain fell in sheets, and lightning illuminated the glowing forest. But Jack and Leary stood firm beside the heart tree, watching the storm pass. Jack felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The bond they had formed was not just about survival. It was about trust, cooperation, and respect. When the rain stopped, a rainbow of colors spread across the forest, reflecting off the crystalline heart tree. Leary hovered in awe, small wings buzzing softly. "Tomorrow, we will begin training the next guardians," she said. "You will teach them. Your mind, your courage, your perspective. They must learn from humans, too." Jack smiled. "Then I guess this is just the beginning." As the sun set, Jack looked around the alien forest. The glowing plants, the strange creatures, and the heart tree all seemed alive in a way he had never experienced. He realized that humans had a role in this universe that no one had expected. Not just as explorers, but as protectors, thinkers, and innovators. Humanity's courage and intelligence had a place here, something that even a tiny alien girl could recognize and rely on. Leary hovered close, her tiny hands reaching for his. "Thank you, Jack. You have given my species hope. You have shown that humans can rise to challenges even the universe thinks are impossible." Jack laughed softly. "I didn't do it alone. You guided me, and we worked together. That's what humans do. They adapt, they learn, and they survive. And sometimes they do it with friends from another world." Leary's eyes sparkled, and she nodded. "Then the bond is complete. My people are safe, and humans have proven themselves. You are a hero, Jack, not just for your courage, but for showing that humans are capable of greatness beyond imagination." Jack felt a warmth in his chest. It was not just the satisfaction of survival or success, it was the knowledge that humans could face the unknown and leave a mark on the galaxy. He looked up at the stars above Trivara 6, constellations strange and beautiful, and felt a profound connection to the universe. The tiny alien girl hovered beside him, her wings still vibrating gently. Jack knew that this partnership, this life bond, was just the start of a new chapter, for him, for Leary, and for all the beings who would follow. Together, they had proven that courage, intelligence, and cooperation could overcome even the strangest, most dangerous worlds. And as the stars shimmered overhead, Jack realized something simple yet profound. Humanity, even in the farthest reaches of space, could rise to challenges no one else could face. And sometimes that courage and adaptability were exactly what a tiny alien girl needed to survive. Jack smiled, feeling the bond between them stronger than ever. "Whatever comes next, Leary," he said, "we'll face it together." Leary's eyes glowed softly. "Yes, Jack, together, always." The forest pulsed quietly, life flowing steadily once more. The heart tree's light shone brightly, a beacon of hope for the alien species. And for Jack, it was a reminder that humans were capable of incredible things, not because of strength or size, but because of courage, intelligence, and heart. And so, with the forest alive, the guardians safe, and the bond between human and alien solidified, the next chapter of survival, cooperation, and wonder awaited. But Jack knew one thing. No matter the challenge, humanity would always rise to meet it, and sometimes the smallest voices carried the most important messages.